Hello and welcome back to the GorillaBiker, and today, after a probably longer wait than I hoped for anyway, and other people that have always asked about Toaster's progress, well, Toaster is there on the CB750. Wave at your camera, Toaster. I have to remember to call you Toaster again now. So Toaster is out for a spin with me. Go left and just take off at your own time. I'll catch up if I have to. And then at the petrol station, take that right turn again. So yeah, Toaster is out here with us now. I will be translating what she says, or repeating what she says, because we do not have Toaster mic'd up. She's not comfortable with that yet. Maybe one day she will be. We'll wait and see. But yeah, we're on the bikes. It's kind of nice to have both of them out at once. Well done. Remember, accelerate up, use your whole rev range. Use the whole lot of it. So Toaster, how are you enjoying life on the road on a bike so far? So Toaster says it's alright. Why alright? What's not good about it? Why does it not deserve? Fair enough. So Toaster has said she can't be doing an interview right now, which is reasonable since she is pretty new on bikes. By pretty new, I think this is your second actual ride out in the road properly, isn't it? Yeah, this is your second proper time out in the road, isn't it? Third, okay, there you go. So third time out in the road for Toaster. And you know, at the end of the video, if we stop, we'll try get Toaster's thoughts on using the CB750 Nighthawk as a kind of a beginner bike. I know it's something, I mean, it's the reason I bought it when it came up, is that I thought it would be quite a good bike for that, because it's very forgiving. It doesn't have too much crazy power, but it also is quite a nice bike to ride. And this person is right up my ass. Could you not please, sir, in your Subaru? I do have my rear-facing dash cam now. So go right down here, Ms. Toaster. I suppose I should call you Mrs. Toaster, shouldn't I? Seeing as we're married. Again, take your own time. Oh, we have a green light. Just go. You're good. Go on. It's the R is yellow. You're good. Keep going. There you go. You lawbreaker, you. Now remember, use your whole gear. Go. You're forgetting again to accelerate in the gear you're in. So get up to speed a bit faster when you turn. All right. So now for this turn here, take it in second gear at the lights. Or if the light is still red, then stop, make sure you're clear to go, and go from there. And when you're turning right, take up a position towards the right hand side of the road. So now it's green, so you're going to be able to take this in second. Well done. Well, it worked, so it's alright. Actually, that's something that weirdly enough, Toaster's taken to the whole bike thing very, very well. One thing, remember your road position. One thing that you know, she's finding difficulty with, which I know I also found quite problematic for a long time, is you know, knowing what gear I'm in. Well, not problematic, it's just you have to kind of get used to remembering where you are. But I'm kind of wondering, is that something that, you know, newer riders ever deal with because of gear indicators? So if you are a newer rider, or you just started and you got a more modern motorcycle with a gear indicator, is that something that you actually used a lot? Did you find yourself looking at it a lot? I know now that I do have it on the v-strom, I actually do glance at it quite a lot, because it is very useful, you know, it is very, very useful. I will say as well, the B roads, as I'll call them, of North Carolina are actually quite good to teach someone on, because there's no like very sharp turns. There's very few drivers on the B roads. On the highways are quite difficult, or the city roads, because well, around here they're very, very busy, and drivers also suck. But out here, lots of space. The road surface is excellent, so you're not dealing with all the crap that people deal with in Ireland around, like bad road surfaces and potholes and whatnot. It is nice that way, just not having to worry about that extra piece of you know, crapness, I suppose. I'll put it that way. You're absolutely flying it. I don't even need to give you any advice now. You're just riding a bike. How does it feel just be riding a bike? Remember not to be gripping the handlebars too tight. Like right now, I'm holding on with one hand, and that one hand is barely even holding on. It's completely relaxed. So you don't need to be grabbing them. You're flowing fine through the corners anyway, I'll tell you that. And your speed is good, so well done, all around. Remember, come to a stop, and this is an all-way stop, so you have right away now because you got here first. Well done. As long as you're around 50, you're fine, because they're either 45 or 55, so do what you're comfortable with, there's no rush. Oh, the whole shed is falling down. Oh, there's a nice little truck in there. Nice. Now again, don't forget your road positioning, so you're staying dead in the middle of the road. I would never advise doing that because that's where all the crap is, right in one of the tyre tracks where a car would be driving. So I'm riding out here. There you go, because you have better visibility, you're also more visible, and you can always duck back in if there's a car coming, don't forget that, alright? But you're flying it. Yeah, nice little collection of houses, some bigger ones. Bel Arthur Water Corporation, interesting. So, coming up there now, watch the railroad tracks, they look like they could be quite steep. So just slow down a little bit and don't get surprised, nice and easy over them. There you go, well done. So if you ever see anything that you're not sure of, just take your time, be careful, alright? This is a cool little area, isn't it? It's interesting. I haven't been this road before, by the way, so this is all new to me as well. So Toaster has guaranteed me that she'll be able to like drag knee on that bike within a month or two, so you know, I'll make sure to post that on the channel when it happens. What do you think? We drag knee? Toaster says she wouldn't hold her breath for dragging her knee, but that is my eventual goal, is to coerce, convince, blackmail Toaster into riding on the track with me. You can probably speed back up now, we're outside of the town. So we'll see what sort of blackmail or what I need to convince her to ride on the track. And I kind of still want to bring that bike to the track, but because it's Toaster's bike now, I also don't want to bring it to the track in case I, you know, ruin it. But yeah, definitely when Toaster's more comfortable, I plan on hopefully taking like a decent trip, even if it's like to Williamsburg or whatever else. Go right here. Williamsburg would be really cool. We could meet up with the guys again up there and yeah, see how it goes, you know. Well done, good job stopping. Just watch the sign for the long right turn, so don't get too out of sorts. Stay left on the road. Where you are is perfect, just so you have lots of space to turn into if you need it. There you go, car coming, well adjusted. Well done. Now cars coming, so get back towards the right of the road. Cars have gone, drift back left. There you go. And so for anyone watching, why I'm suggesting Toaster does that is, that's actually, I think it's ROSPA, so safety buys as we used to call them. And also like a lot of the stuff I've watched on advanced riding, so speed up 50, do 50 here. I have cars closing on me. But basically they say always kind of stay midway between your two risks basically. So when there's a car coming, obviously we want to stay right. So stay right and use your full lane, because it's a bike, so you can use the full lane. Now that the cars have gone, I'm back into the center, so if an animal or a child or whatever runs out, I'm as far away from that danger as, you know, I possibly can be, while also legally riding on the road. So for this corner now, move back right again in case a car comes around blind, and then turn. There you go. Well done. Just remember, just keep going straight. That's it, well done. That's the job. And so on those left-hand corners, you always want to be on the right-hand side of the road in case a car comes around in the middle of the road, you know? Because that has happened many, many times to me in Ireland and here. You want to watch for that. People can't drive, general rule of thumb. And now you're going to gently turn left, nice and smooth, maintaining your position. That's it, well done. Well done. You'll be racing in no time, I'm telling you. Not only do I predict Toaster will be racing in no time, I predict that Toaster will kick my ass on the track eventually, because Toaster's like 5'6" and weighs nothing. Less than half of me, I believe. So, you know, advantages aplenty. And I'll also be incredibly jealous of the fact, you know, she'll be able to fit on a sports bike properly. That's life, you know. If I could change my height, I would, but you can't, so we live with it. I would like to point out as well that a lot of the time, I think people, when they look at, you know, beginner bikes, they aim for too much. What you want is you want something like the CB750, very pliable, you know, mild-mannered, looks good, isn't too heavy. Now that is a heavier beginner bike because it's older. Something that's easy to fix, and is not worth much, just in case it does get a couple of scratches or drops or whatever else. That's kind of what I would aim for, you know. And I mean I've said that for years, and I've also proven it because I bought something more important than me or a person. Just keep going straight, you're fine. I bought something more important to me than myself, a bike like that. You have to wave with your left hand. There you go. See, you didn't wave. I did wave. Also, another important thing, teach beginner bikers the wave. You gotta wave. So, practice it now though. Reach out with your left hand. I need you to get that left hand off those handlebars. It's been locked on there the whole time. Come on, get it off. It's straight road. Take it off. Take it off. Take off that left hand. Ah, oh, come on. More than that. Everyone give Toaster a cheers. You got her left hand off the handlebars. Okay, I'll show you. I actually am explaining really badly. I want them like that. So I want you the same angle, but I want you like your front wheel here, so I can get a good shot in between them. See? So I was telling you. No, you're not. Back up. Go on, keep turning your handlebars the way you're going. You were right. Not that way. The other way. Not that way. The other way. Now. Same as reversing a car. There you go. Now turn. Go on. Use the bike engine now, not your legs. Let go of that front brake. Remember, you don't hill start with a front brake. There you go. Well done. Now stop and reverse back a little bit. Just straight back, just straight back. You're fine. Go on. There. Perfect. Neutral, turn her off, sit her down. So what I was trying to tell you before that person was literally making me nervous, and I don't get nervous that often, is when you're slowing down, you didn't do it every time, but when you throttle off, bikes slow down pretty quick because they have very light flywheels. You don't care about that. Remember to tap your brakes, because you'll slow down and someone might not realize you're slowing down. So I know there's like systems available. I know other YouTubers have them. I've never personally had an interest in one. I might get Toaster one though, because I don't want her to get rear-ended. Me, it'd probably be a welcome relief from this suffering that they call life. But you basically, when you slow down, it senses by like G-sensor and flashes a light on your helmet. Okay, so. Oh yeah, actually, I suppose I should do this because I don't think there's a lot of new people to the channel who haven't seen you ever. This is Toaster. To cover off a few questions, no, there's no big secret to why she's called Toaster. No, it's not because it's a kitchen appliance and she's named after it, because that would be incredibly rude and I wouldn't do that. Don't read into things so much. Some things are just casual jokes. And no, she doesn't mind being called Toaster. No, she doesn't want to show her face right now. No, she doesn't want to be recorded on a microphone right now. Hopefully that covers everything off. Just enjoy the fact this is Toaster, this is my wife, and I'm very happy she's on the bike and on the channel. So hopefully that covers most of the regular questions I get, especially ones like, why are you calling her Toaster? You're being rude. It's like, you know, like I'm married to the person. She knows I was calling her Toaster. So the CB750 Nighthawk, how do you like it as a bike to ride? So Toaster says it's a good bike, nice to ride, easy to use. Do you find it heavy? Okay, so Toaster says only to start, but not really, no. And that's very interesting because that is a heavier bike. That's like, I think wet weight, they're like up there at 230, 220 kilos, which is like 480-ish pounds. Because it's an old style. There's a lot of metal there, you know. So I mean, it just goes to show that if a bike is sized correctly, leg length wise and whatnot, and you can get both feet down, tippy toes, can't you? So if a bike is sized right, you know, you can manage anything. And I mean, Jocelyn Snow, who's like this tall, she rides a bike bigger than that. So now she is a professional like stunt rider, so you know, I don't read into that too much. How are you liking motorcycling in general? Toaster says good, it's a lot to take in. And the thing that's interesting is you haven't done anything that I would consider like a fun ride yet. You're still doing like basics. It's definitely, for me, when you start to like get to go places on the bike and like nice roads. Well, that was an okay road, but nice roads. Then you're going to be like, yeah, especially the mountains. Wait for the mountains, because you're just like, oh, this was a class corner, and then boom, view, and then you stop and you just look at the view, and then you get back on the bike and do class roads again. So do you think you're ever gonna have a go on Stromboli? Toaster says maybe one day. Is there anything you'd like to ask everyone else, what they think of the CB, or what they think of riding bikes for a beginner? Any advice? Nothing you can think of. That's fair enough. Oh, and also, just to point it out, so these are Lindstrad motorcycle jeans. That's an Oxford motorcycle jacket, because people are going to ask. An LS2 Storm helmet, the same as the LS2 I used to have. A Cardo Packtalk Bold, and hiking boots, because we have not got our motorcycling boots yet, but we will. Don't worry. She's better protected than I am most days going in and out to work. Again, don't worry about that. Is there anything you'd like to change about the CB? Just the gears. Oh yeah, so Toaster says just the gear, to know what gear she's in. So I'm actually really interested to know what other people who are beginners, like, how would you feel if you didn't have a gear indicator? You know, you do get used to it, but like I said to you, there are times on, you know, that I was on bikes that I don't have a gear indicator, that I'd still be like, I forget what gear I'm in, and I just pull the clutch in, kick it all the way up to 6th, or in your case 5th, and then just go back down to where I want it to be from there. That's how I used to handle it if I forgot, which does happen, and I think anyone who's ridden bikes for a long time will admit that it's happened to them, and it will happen again to them. I don't think of anything else. You sure you've nothing to ask all of the people online? No? Very good, very good. Well, I mean, if you have watched this probably pretty short video, I don't know. Thank you very much for watching. Please, everyone, welcome Toaster to life on the road as a motor cyclist and the channel. She'll make more appearances on the channel now that she's on the bike. I like this. You don't have to do anything more than this. Don't worry. Definitely, I don't know does anyone watch Father Bobber, but I follow Father Bobber and Steph, his wife. They're currently doing a pretty crazy trip, and I will subject Toaster to that at some point in the future. We'll do like a pretty long range trip, but this is also why at the moment I'm not doing so many like longer videos going places, because when I could have been riding somewhere, I would actually much have rather have been doing what I'm doing, which is doing some short spins with Toaster to get her more comfortable on bikes, because I mean in the long run that's kind of the more important thing to me anyway, is to get her happy on bikes, and then we can actually go places together, have more fun. Yeah, I mean, if you have any questions about the CB750, I don't think Toaster does have like a YouTube channel named Toaster, but I'll probably make her one. And if you have any questions for as a beginner rider, as a female beginner rider, I obviously can't answer that one. Do pop questions into the comments, and I'll see will Toaster either answer them herself with her Toaster account that I will make for her, or I'll answer them for her. Well, as in like she'll tell me the answer and I'll type it in. So either way, we'll get them answered. So do let us know. Yeah, I think that's everything. So if you've watched, thank you very much for watching. As always, a very special thank you to all of my patrons, and I do appreciate your support, and I really appreciate how many of the patrons have been asking about Toaster. I think they're most excited to see this video than anyone else, so that's really cool. And yeah, until next time, thank you again for watching. Adios. Outro crew. I'm so glad that this has happened, because I don't know how much of... What? Oh yeah, I saw the squirrel run across there a minute ago. I don't know where he's gone. He's up in the tree now. See him. I don't know how many of my videos you watched recently. However, when I have a guest, they have to ask the outro crew question. Yeah, just make one up. No, this is the fun. Hatter Barry always gets mad because he always forgets. Any question in the world? See, that's a really good question. So Toaster asks, what's a good nickname for the CB750 Nighthawk? Answers in the comments below. Alright, outro crew, bye. You have to say bye too.